Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Severance Blade of Darkness, also known as just Blade of Darkness.
Tel Halaf is the principal fortress of the Knights of the Armina region. For generations, their dukes have kept the peace and ensured free passage through the district. Lord Kerman, Paladin of the Order, governs the garrison with an iron fist, holding off an ever-increasing threat from the north.
So here we are, the Fortress of Tel Halaf, the first level that is shared between the characters. To the right here you see we are completely locked off, so let's go see what's happening. It's safe to assume that this is not anymore owned by the knights, because there is, you know, balls from catapults and whatnot, and there's goblins, of course. So we'll have to fight our way through the fortress and find whatever. Actually, as usual with this game, the motivation of the characters are something of a mystery for me, because at this point I don't really know what he is looking for. I guess information couldn't hurt. All of these idiots just running out here to be slaughtered. But yeah, let's investigate the indoors for now. There might be something cool. Although, spoiler alert, there is not, well, there is cool things in there, of course, but nearly no food or anything like that. What? Aha, there's this idiot though. I'm going to dispose of all my weapons apart from the combat sword, because I'm gonna collect other weapons in this level. And it's kind of a pain to have to throw out weapons one by one every time, so let's just do this. He's truly an idiot. But for some reason after the third throw he actually manages to understand what is required of him. Although this whole time he could have just went around. And it sounds like he already lost interest. I'm gonna mess with the guy for a little bit here, because I like this guy. I like him. He's kinda stupid. And now he doesn't know what to do again. Now I'm going to demonstrate that this game has a working stealth. In just a second here. I don't remember if I rebound the keys, but shift here makes you kind of stealth sneak, and enemies don't hear you. If they can't see you, they will not detect you. And it works wonders. Sadly he didn't squirt any blood. Well, there's a little bit on the wall there. I just wanted to demonstrate that the blood does indeed drip down walls in this game, but maybe later. Also, this level for some reason has these little level 4 goblins, which are not dangerous in the slightest, used as like ambushes with appropriate music. Or should I say inappropriate, because you know that boom, and there's this little weak goblin. It just doesn't work. And no more blood comes out. That's sad. Oh well. I'm gonna trust fate to make blood spill on the walls somewhere in the future. I'm not gonna obsess over trying to do it manually. But here we are back, the scene of the slaughter. And as we are now level whatever we are, we have enough stamina to do the North Cross with this weapon, which helps against this orc. This motherfucking orc. He was usually the guy who killed me every time whenever I tried to replay this game, and just destroyed my faith in my own ability to play it. But here, for some reason, just the idea of sidestepping instead of jumping completely trivializes him. Anyway, let's use the orc sword for a while. It has poison, it has much higher defense, and only slightly lower offense, so there's another one of those. It's kind of viable, but not for long. Let's kill this guy using poison. You can see by the icon up there he is poisoned, and if we just walk away, well, he tried to drink but he couldn't manage, and then he shit himself by the looks of it and died. Unfortunately costing us the potion, but whatever, we didn't really need it. And then there's the bow, which is the first time the knight gets it, I think. Well, yeah, I didn't have it when I was throwing shit out. Anyway, I'm on top of that arch that was locked down, so I had to go around here. And here is, well, first of all, the quiver. The other thing, not the bow. Not the bow, the light edge. This is a ridiculous weapon that completely trivializes the level. Check out the power on it. More than 2 times more than the orc sword and the combat sword. And does not have the defense disadvantage of the combat sword either, so... I don't know, this is not a short sword that the knight or a mace, I mean, or a club, that knight specializes in, but this doesn't mean that we're not going to use it for a while. At least for the remains of this level, because this sword is OP, and I mean this weapon, this is clearly not a sword, as I just said. Yeah. But of course you couldn't really see the difference on the level 4 goblins there, but of course tougher enemies will come soon. There's an archer on the wooden ledge there, so we have to go up first to get rid of him. Now there is the higher level goblin with 100 health, bum. Nothing too bad, and the blood dripped down the staircase. Which I guess is realistic. Let's go take care of the archer. Whoop. The archers deal a surprising amount of damage in this game, but they can be fooled if you just kinda weave around. Because I mean, they're not perfect, and I appreciate that. I appreciate when ranged enemies can miss in games, because in some games that doesn't happen, and that's extremely frustrating. I'm looking at you, Tron 2.0, motherfucking piece of shit. Okay. Another one. And I did discover while setting up, I mean like playing this level before recording, that you could cut out parts of the enemies while their death animation was playing, so excuse me for having a little bit of fun with that throughout the level, but I guess, I mean, it's probably funny to watch for you also. Like on the previous orc when I cut him in half and he was already dead like this. This is just a pre-made... well, all of the ways you can cut people in half and cut out their limbs and stuff are pre-made, but for the orcs they decided on this. Also check out this shield. 80 durability, the previous ones, that's crap. This one has 300. Although I hit it once, which really wasn't supposed to happen, because by just sidestepping and attacking once with this thing, you never hit the shield. But somehow I managed to hit the shield of that orc, so now I have like 202 durability. But it's not like I'm going to really be blocking too much. I always thought that the shield using characters would be relying on shields way more, but apparently you can just kind of dodge and sidestep just fine with these guys. And the shields are... I don't even know why they're any useful. I mean, you can't two-hand in this game, sadly. So like I couldn't abandon using shields and deal more damage, because if I could I would totally do that. I guess they have that plus POW stat, so maybe some future shields even increase our power somehow, I don't know. There is a shield or two with special abilities, I think, in the future, but by and large I'm not gonna be using them too much. And before we go there, let's close the loop here, so to speak. Also, I appreciate this in this level. See, the broken door still has a lever on the appropriate side where it would have been to open it, like the one opposite there. On the inside, the lever is on the inside, so I really like that they still put the levers, which do nothing, next to the doors that would have levers if they wouldn't be broken by orcs, presumably. And now we're near the start, by the way. So that's attention to detail that I admire a lot. I can't say it always stays throughout the entire game, but maybe it does. I don't really remember noticing that kind of thing. Anyway, we're going inside. Yeah, I was silent because I was waiting for that boom. I don't know why it does that, it's kinda stupid. I mean, it's like, it should be timed for you seeing something sudden, but it's not. It's just at the end of that little musical thingy. Also, these training dummies look really dangerous. If I was making this game, I would make running into these blades kill you, because like you would run through them and they would cut your head off or something. It would be totally in the spirit of this game, as you will see slightly later. Like at the very end of this level. Prepare yourself for that, by the way, yeah. But for now we're just clearing out the courtyards here. The inner loop. This level is... it's very round in its shape. We just clear the outer courtyards with the stables and the barracks and whatnot. Now there's this inner courtyards with the training dummies and shit. And there's a couple loops, or at least one in the inside as well. And usually you can open doors to open up the loops, but it's kind of pointless. Most of the time you don't really need to backtrack like that at all. There we go, new level. And excuse me, I'm not really looking at the abilities that I get each time I level up, because I know that most of them are useless. This weapon is the weapon of choice for me for now, and it's not one of the weapons that has special abilities for the knight. And I don't think it has even like the generic abilities, because it's not qualified as a sword or a club. And I think the knight only has like generic moves for those weapons, like all the characters do for the ones they specialize in. But yeah, this is the way you have to go about this. Don't have to open that. If you want to completely explore and like get the full picture of how this level is structured by opening all the doors and seeing how it connects. Oh, what's with the blood spurt there? I don't know. You can play the game yourself anyway, even though it's absent from the GOG store at the moment. At least last time I checked, it was removed. So good luck playing this game. But you know, you could always maybe message me privately, and I would go about somehow providing you with a copy or something. Helping you acquire a copy in completely legal ways. Let's just say that, because I'm kind like that. Anyway, back there is a way to close another loop. And by close I mean open, but whatever. Actually both work, because you open a door but you close the circle, close the shape, kind of. If there was a minimap with a fog of war, I would totally do that, but in this case, not needed. But yeah, these orcs, I mean, I was hit by a couple of them a couple times before, and in some of my test runs, and I had like 4 of them because I kept screwing up. I mean, I had 1 test run and I had 4 failed takes, but every one of these orc fights, one time or another, I did perfectly, so it's completely possible. I'm just fucking up because I don't care too much. With this weapon I feel completely invincible. And I hope you remember that door, because it's not really important, but it's kinda neat. One more of those situations in this game where they have a door that doesn't ever open, but it's consistent, so you can approach it from both sides, but you can never open it, which is kinda strange. Oh well. More levers, more gates we can open now. There was one take where a guy was standing near that grating and was just kinda shaking his ass at me, so I killed him through the grating. And I don't know what he was trying to achieve with that, but whatever. Yeah, some of the takes were kind of funny, but I guess maybe if stuff like that happens... Whoa! It's gonna keep happening throughout the game, so I don't feel too bad about impulsively just deleting the footage before I could think of maybe taking some parts of it for the future. Because I mean, I wanna play this game without saves. And by play I mean the time on screen I wanna spend without saving. Earthen jar, by the way. I never really encountered that word before Dark Souls 2, and now it's kind of fun to see that. Oh well. And also that's the first time I ever saw the name of that particular object in this game, because for some reason... Well, there are some objects that don't really automatically show their names, like the food or weapons and stuff. And containers, breakable containers are among them. Now this orc here, he's kinda strange, but I think in this take he actually doesn't behave strangely. But usually if you do kinda this thing, well, like there, he just kinda stands on that staircase and taunts you, does that animation during which you can approach, attack, backtrack through the doorway, and keep doing that. But in this particular take it didn't really work out like that, so this is a proper battle here, almost. More of beating down of a child, but I guess I let him land some blows on me as well, just because I was feeling bad about completely cheating him all the times before. But this is unfortunately the last fight of this level. Spoiler alert, no more combat. Well, this doesn't really count. There is a death sword here for the barbarian, except I think he already has it by this point. And here I like the juxtaposition of the box, the sword, box. Another case where container names are kind of fun when they show up, because even though it's completely useless, I mean that was funny, sort of, in a strange way. The sword, box. Also, the symbol on the Duke's bed here kind of looks like a cobra or something. I wonder if it's a real symbol, because I mean, so much in this game is borrowed from reality, so I don't know. I was suspecting some textures, some flags probably, like symbols, emblems and whatnot. Also, I completely ignore that elf sword because it's useless, no one ever has a reason to use it, and I prefer to believe that elves don't exist in this game, because, I mean, in this game they don't exist, but in this game's universe. Because they are really not necessary. I like dwarves in fantasy, but I really don't like elves usually, most of the time, so whatever.
Friend, we have been betrayed. The orcs fell on us during the night. My lord the Duke, my life ebbs away. My lord the Duke has been taken prisoner. Rescue him, please. He is our one and only hope. Take this key to aid your escape, and read in this parchment the final orders of my master.
So the Duke, Hermit or whatever, has been imprisoned. By the way, there's the other side of that door, I think. And we learn that in the future we might want to go free him, but it's going to be our concern for much later, because next this guy goes into the Kickleben, mines of Kickleben or whatever. La 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 la. But wait! What's this thing? Aha, rune. Another game. Yeah, so there are 6 runes in this game, and you need them both, yeah, all of them, to activate something. Oh, isn't this ominous? Well, I guess nothing is going to happen, so whatever, let's just calmly walk and discover our first rune here.
Of how the Prince of Darkness began to manipulate the primordial chaos to create a new being, and how, before it could be dominated, the being came to life and became independent of its creator, and how the Lord of Chaos was between the gods.
Now the next rune in the next level I'm going to purposely miss, because, oh well, isn't this fun? Yeah, this is one of my favorite traps in the game because it just looks ridiculous, but it's kinda easy. La la la, you don't even need to do anything, just kinda walk and jump across. But yeah, I know all the levels on which the runes are located and how to get them, and the next level where the second rune is probably my favorite, so it's the one I would like most to revisit anyway. So I'll miss that one. Maybe some ones in the future, so I have to revisit both. But yeah, some additional gameplay aspect happens if you miss a rune on your first go through a level. So I was reminded of that by I think Earl War once again, and I'm going to show it off. But for now, let's get debriefed.
The fortress has been taken by an army of malevolent orcs. However, their chief was no simple orc, but some more powerful being. His attack has not been decisive. It seems that his aim was not to conquer the castle, but to find something hidden there. Lord Kerman, a man of great wisdom and a worthy knight, has been taken prisoner.
So, they're looking for something, we deduce, and we are not going to go search for Lord Kerman, maybe because we don't really know where he is imprisoned. So for some reason, next time the knight will go to the mines of Kelbegen. Yeah, Kelbegen, there we go. But I think actually they were mentioned in the document we found in Lord Ragnar's room back in the first level, so maybe there's that connection. But whatever, that's for next time, so see you later.